take my life, I lay it down at the cross where I am found.
Hello, hello. A very slow Sunday. What do you call it? We made some. We for the first time in my life, I bought the cheapest salmon there was in the store, and it was pre-packaged in a plastic bag, but it only cost $7.99 a kilo. And I went ahead and bought it. Normally I've kind of frowned upon people who buy those, but no, I just did that. Given my work situation, that I can't afford to choose. It tastes all right. I've eaten it now yesterday and this morning, and it was all right. But we have a bottle of wine with the fish. We made salsa of our own, you know, avocado, tomato, garlic, shallots, and coriander, honey. It's quite nice. That cold, and then the fish. I didn't have the time to cool it down, but that's what we ate: fish and salsa. But yeah, what I was trying to say, or what I thought I'd talk about, is the evilness of Google and YouTube. Maybe, well, everybody's heard about Cambridge Analytica being somehow in the crosshairs after giving their data to, or taking the Facebook data and using it. And but now, for the first time, this is the second time now. First of all, we were talking about, with my wife, we used the specific medical term in the dinner table, and it took maybe the next day, or I think it was on the weekend, and then when I went to work, maybe on the Monday, I did a search, and I was working with Google products, and you know how they have these little tiny ads, and that very same specific medical term popped up in the ads. So from that, because this is a thing that you would never ever say, so the only possibility is that them buggers are listening to us on our smartphones, which has led me to the situation where I'm now turning my smartphone off. So if you try and call me and I'm not answering after 10 or so at night, it might be because I've switched off my devices to avoid them from hearing my pillow talk. No, but you know, I just loathe the idea that somebody would have all my data. So that's the first time. And now on what happened is that I was watching a YouTube video, and the advert on the YouTube video was about incontinence diapers for men. And there was this man, he was performing karate or something like that. He ripped his clothes off and he had these incontinence diapers on. And I was like, and this, to me, is done solely because I have this disease. And they have snooped it out, and now I go and watch a video, they decide, let's put an incontinence diaper ad there. The joys of having MS. Not that I need them at the moment, or maybe I would in some cases. But the idea that somebody would, what I'm going to do, I'm going to purpose myself that whoever advertises like that, I'll make sure that I will not buy their stuff. I'm irritated beyond belief about it. Now I picked up because my work situation is a bit on the slow side, so I picked up this Bible software now, and I found a website called Digital Bible Platform, and they have an API open to the internet where you can just, what do you call it, call their web service, and you get JSON calls back and you get the whole Bible. And now I'm kind of creating a software that does queries against that database, and first returning all the languages that they have Bibles for, and they're returning all the Bibles that they have in that particular language. And then these two first things I've already completed, but then listing the books of the Bible. So what I'm thinking of, I'm going to list the books of the Bible in their chronological order, not the order that they were put in by, I don't know, a priest or somebody who decided that let's put the great prophets or the bigger prophets first and then the minor prophets, and let's shift these all around. So I want a chronological order of the Bible. And then the other thing that I'm doing in the software is removing verse numbers and removing chapter numbers. So it's going to have a search in it, which is more than you had in the original Bible. But the search, this is my thinking at the moment, the search will only return the correct book and put it in front of you. And obviously nobody's going to use it, but now you have the option of actually looking at the Bible the way that it's well, I don't even know, am I able to do that, because there's a lot of markings and stuff like that. But it's an interesting thing to try and do. And, but yeah, the bottle of wine yesterday, I had a wheat beer. It had a swing top, so now I have a big bag of beer bottles, and the swing tops are specifically good for us because we're doing it our first time and we don't want beer bombs on our hands, because if you bottle it too early, then if you have a proper cork on it, then they might explode. Both of the batches, by the way, they have stopped bubbling. And the first batch did it about 3 or 4 days ago, and the second batch that we did, it stopped bubbling yesterday. So the airlock, it's silent. So maybe it's bottling time soon. I asked the people who know more about this that they would now reply and say whether we start bottling or not.
All I have, I give to you, oh God. Take my hand.
I've noticed that my videos easily are north of 10 minutes. So I thought I'd just cap this at short. Next week is going to be an interesting week. Well, the funny thing is, all of my weeks have been interesting for the past, I don't know how long. And I'm praying that my work situation would get clarity to it. And it's a bit too stressful at the moment. So I'm hoping that I get some clear resolutions on what am I going to do. With my company, I don't care so much about the company, but I care about how am I going to provide for my family, and how is the company going to provide for the other partners in the company that are still remaining. and it's going to be interesting to see. But stress levels could be slightly smaller. But anyway, I'll end up by saying that Jesus Christ is King. Amen.
And make them clean. Keep my heart